rolling. So, thank you guys for all joining the 15th Lazaisland podcast. I am your host, Dowdy Elazarig. My co-host, Caleb.
What's going on, everybody?
Yes. So, Caleb, you want to? How's everyone's day going?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good.
Everyone's day's going pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, going good.
Yeah. Okay. So, what I wanted to state the purpose of the Lazaisland platform is to unite athletes together uh, through Christ because iron sharpens iron, and it's very important that we hold each other accountable and we lean on each other and we push each other. So, the opening scripture I wanted to share with you guys comes from the book of Proverbs. It's chapter 27, verse 17. And the verse is iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. And so that means is just, you wanted to feed knowledge to each other so that, you are able to elevate and push, your comrade, your friend, and vice versa. That's what I take from the verse. And then so this week's topic, I really wanted to focus on support. So I wanted to start off with that verse. Support's a very big thing in anything you do. You need support to be able to push yourself to the next level when you are down. And even when you're motivated, you need that support to help you believe that you can enhance and take what you have to the next level. And in life, you can't do this by yourself. Like wherever you're at, whatever point you are in your life, you did not get there on your own. You have some type of support, type of help, some type of resource to push you to where you at. All of us are different parts of our life. We're all successful. What we're doing is still trying to strive to be, even more successful. So that's going to take more support and, reevaluating who's around us and who we lean on. So, first question I wanted to ask you guys is, what is your definition of support? And what support means to me is just really what it means, like holding each other, holding something up in order to stay put or intact. Google's definition of support, the verb version is bear all or part of the weight of, hold up. And the noun definition of support is a thing that bears the weight of something or keeps it upright. So I just kind of want to open the floor up to people to answer that question, or if they feel like they want to say something. So the question is, what is your definition of support?
I would say my definition of support is just like having friends, whether it's friends, family, whatever. They're just there with you through the good times, the hard times. They're there to help you make decisions, to help keep you leveled, grounded, just there to literally support you. Like, so you don't feel like you have to go through life alone. People there to help you make the right choices. People who are going to tell you when you're wrong, and stuff like that.
I like that. I think I'll go next. Mine's sweet and to the point. When I heard the question, I really just thought someone that's going to be there to make me do the things I don't want to do. Honestly, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I have to do and I need to do because I told the people around me what my goals are, and my whole team, not just like an actual sports team, but like just the group of people I keep around me. Everyone knows what my end goals are. So having someone there to hold me accountable when I'm not holding myself accountable, and it's something that's already said as well. So I really like what she said too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my definition of support would be just people who can kind of like always be there for me, no matter what, no matter if I'm having a bad day or a good day or just whatever's going on, like someone I can always count on, like someone I can always call, stuff like that.
Absolutely. So
I'm gonna go next. My definition of support is a group of people, a group of individuals that support you in a positive way when I'm feeling negative. So they push me when I have a negative mindset. They push me towards a positive mindset, and they give me positive energy, and that's how we support each other.
absolutely, man. Good support systems is able to, pull each other up, when we're feeling down and, to get feeling better. And that's most important to definitely have that in your corner. Uh, my next question, if anyone doesn't feel like answering that question, I have another question for you guys. So, do you have a support system? Like, who would you consider your support system if push comes to shove? So, for me, uh, this is my support system. This is the reason why I do it. This is for all of us to be able to support each other, be able to talk to each other. This is when we're not able to even talk to our immediate support system. I just come here. I'm able to kind of just be free. So I consider this one of my support systems, as well as my immediate family. So my mother and my sister, I lean on them a lot when I'm feeling down, when I need to talk to them, when I'm going through it. I'm able to bounce back because I realize what I'm doing for, and it's for them. It's to better our lifestyle. So that's also my support system, a big motivation for me and my AAU coach from I don't know 5 6 years. He still sent to this day we talk. Just talked to him yesterday. He's a big support system for me. Knows me better than anyone. As an athlete, but as a person. So that's just someone I lean on a lot. Who has a lot of wisdom, has been through the where I want to be in life. So it's just someone I can look up to. Teammates, teammates that I have are great support system. I lean on them heavily. When especially when I'm fatigued physically, I can count on them to motivate me do another rep or another set. When I'm going through a track meet, when I'm on that last attempt, when I need that hype just to get the crowd going, I get the clap going, and just having my jump crew and then my other teammates just cheer me on. It's a great feeling. So that's my support. Most
So
important.
for me, it's or Zara, you want to go?
You can go. I can go after.
All right. For me, my parents, they're very supportive of me and what I'm trying to do. So definitely them, and also my teammates and my friends, like Harry, Zari, Dowdy, people that I compete with and stuff like that. Those people, I feel like they really support me also. So yeah, I guess a lot of people kind of, but also not a lot of people, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so for me, I'm very particular about who I allow to help influence my life. So I will only say I have a select, like I have a small support system. My main one is God. Um, I know he's that person that's going to have my best interest no matter what. He has my back no matter what. That's my rock. And then the second person, almost that close. I can't say it's the same as God, but my mother, she is really my support system. Like whenever my mom comes around me, my aura just feels like a breath of fresh air. Like she's just the light of my life. And then my close friends, of course. I have Harry, my teammates here that I've connected with. I have a few friends back home. And then I have my nephew, which is more like my brother because he's 1 year older than me. He's a big support system for me and just my family back home. They're always rooting for me. And like what amazes me is like, despite what they go through, and I know that they wish they could be in my position, they still like push me and give me positivity, even though, because I hurt from knowing what they are going through, they're still telling me like, no, we're okay. Like keep going, keep going, keep going. Because like if I win, we all win. So I would just say like my immediate family, my mom, and then my friends I have here. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, I can go next. Something I want to bring up is that no one's really touched on. I kind of have the same support systems as everyone else. You know, we have our friends, our teammates, but recently, talk about like within a month, I realized that I'm actually part of my own support system, and I can't act like I can't be there for myself to support myself as well. And you know, it's partly discipline, but it's also loving yourself. Like when you know you need to go work out or go to work, being supportive of yourself, like telling yourself, okay, I need to do this for this reason. So you also need to be part of your own support system in a way, because you won't really you can like love yourself, but until you start showing your actual physical self, like making your bed in the morning, or, you know, small things like acts of love, cooking yourself a good meal as opposed to going eat some McDonald's or something. That's showing yourself love, and that's showing yourself for support. So I think that's really important. And then of course my training partners, my sparring partners, I would be nothing without them. I wouldn't be able to get better at all. I mean, especially in my sport, I'm nothing without the people that I train with. So they're a big part of my support system. And then my kids, man, even my kids, so they're young, but they support me by just making me go that extra mile, and realizing that it's not just me trying to feed myself. I have literally 2 kids to feed and put a roof over their heads. So that's another form of support, I guess. But yeah, that's what I got.
Kind of piggybacking off what you said your kids. See, I don't got a kid, but my dog, no cap, he's basically
for
my
real.
son. Yeah, nah, Dior, like at the end of the day, like regardless of whatever I go through, or good or bad or anything, like he's just gonna be sitting there looking at me, and he's just, yeah, like he'll just make you smile, just through whatever situation you're going through. So I would say just any type of pet or whatever is a good support system.
Oh my gosh, I definitely agree. I've always been a dog lover, and I have a dog, and like just seeing him is like, this is my little best friend. He's never going anywhere. Like it's just me and him. Like I don't know, he's my support system too. Like I always look forward coming home to see him. So I can definitely relate to you on that.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Dior is funny as shit if you look at him.
No, dude, they're literally like characters in their own world.
And that's kind of what I was touching on too. I mean, it's your pet or your dog or whatever is going to give you unconditional love. And I feel unconditional love for my kids, but we all know you love your parents, no matter, even if they're terrible to you. You love them. I'm not terrible to my kids, but like having that love come from them as well is also beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Just to piggyback off that, can y'all hear me first off? I don't want to be rude with the loud ass restaurant. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How you doing?
Okay. But yeah, so just kind of combining the last 2 things y'all been talking about, like I feel like when it comes to support, one of the biggest things is, you know, when you know somebody's character and you know that, you know, if they say one thing that may come across wrong or this or that, like you still know who they are as a person, and you know that clearly they didn't mean to come across like this, or, you know, things like that, to where people know your character and one statement isn't going to make, you know, a big difference, where you can just talk honestly and you can both try to understand each other. I feel like that's one of the biggest things, that, you know, having that proper support group where you don't have to, you know, walk on eggshells on everything you say, because you know you have that, like you said, unconditional love and support from whoever you have. You know, I feel like that's a very big thing, because, like, you know, when I talk with Dowdy, like it's not, I don't have to walk around what I say, because he understands, like, you know, I'm a good dude. He understands where I'm coming from, and, you know, you don't have to go through all those steps of filtering everything out, because if you do that, then, you know, you spend more time trying to make sure you don't come across wrong when you're talking about real things than actually talking about what is of value.
So, man, I couldn't have said that better myself. That's an awesome point.
All said, Tate. Anyone else want to chime into the question? For those who just joined, the question was, do you have, I asked 2 questions. First question is, what is your definition of support? And the second question following that is, do you have a support system?
For the first question, I think support for me is just really anybody or that you could count on any given time that you could that would try to uplift you or help you or try to benefit you, not physically like money wise, just any of that type of shit, but like emotionally or just any of that way.
Mm,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Right.
As for the second question, pretty similar to everyone else's. A lot of my jumper friends are my support, and then like outside, like I know about their lives and stuff and how it connects to mine. Um, I say them as like my support and mentors and someone I can look up to, and just focus on how we can connect outside of that. So basically that, and then I always my family. Some of y'all got to meet my brother-in-law, and he's the biggest part of like how I been able to do so well because he's always there for me even when he's busy and stuff. So yeah.
Elijah, appreciate you sharing that. Okay. That's it for that. Answer for that question. I'm gonna turn it over to my co-host who has some questions of his own.
All right, y'all. I really appreciate everyone's answer and everyone showing up as well. A lot bigger turnout this time, which I love to see. We're only going to keep going up. So my questions are, all the questions today are about support. The first one I'm going to ask you is, what are 3 ways you need to be supported? And the secondary part of that is, what are 3 ways you can support your own people? And when I mean, like, yeah, it's well and good when people talk to you or whatever, but there's actual actions people can take to support you. So, I mean, talking is also an action. But for me, what I need is someone, so in the context of fighting, a sparring partner that's going to push me, or a sparring partner that's going to play with me. Like, today we don't need to go hard and hit each other because I know where you're at. I know if you're injured, I know where your head's at. So we can just play around a little bit, have some fun, just touch, not hit too hard. Or sometimes they need to hit you hard because you got some stuff to learn and there's only one way to learn it. So that's one way for me. Another way, I'm going to be greedy and I'm going to take the point of just people reaching out to me, like texting me, but more in the instance of not how are you doing? But more like, hey, are you going to be at class today? Are you going to be there? Like, where are you at? If you're not there, if I'm not there, they're like, where are you at? Why aren't you here? So definitely holding me accountable, I guess you could say. And then one last way I need to be supported is just my kids, honestly. It's a lot to raise kids. And the way I have it now with their mom is 1 week with me, 1 week with their mom. So it's pretty difficult. So it's definitely helpful when my parents or friends can watch the kids for a little bit if I need to go get some work done after daycare, or if I need to, whatever I need to do after daycare. So that's another action for me, is babysitting. And then 3 ways I support my people is pretty much the same. You know, if I realize someone needs to work on something in the gym, I'm going to keep attacking that. And that's out of love, not because I want to beat them or humiliate them. It's because I know it's something that they're lacking. And if I don't do it now, they'll suffer later on. So that's something I do. And then also, I'm always texting my best friend in training. He's been here a couple of times, Chaz. I'm always, every single day, we go to class at the same time every day. It's always like 15 minutes before class. Are you going to be there? When I get there, it's where you at if he's not there. So I definitely hold that accountable. And then also just trying to keep people off the drugs and alcohol, man, honestly, because I've struggled with those things a lot. So holding people accountable in my corner, because I know a lot of, maybe some of you and a lot of people our age are really, they're doing a lot of drugs and they're drinking a lot. So it's good to be there for them if they're trying to quit, and just be a shoulder to lean on or someone to vent to, you know. But I'm going to open it up. So let me read the question again. What are 3 ways you need to be supported, and what are 3 ways you can show support to your people? And it's open.
three ways. I can hop in, chime in. Three ways that I feel like I need to be supported. Per se, on the academic side, I guess, or schoolwork side. Like, I always get my work done. It's not a problem. Just probably just um I don't know. That could be just probably just like being more proactive with my what I'm doing. So like not just with my work, but like really getting things organized. Like I don't have a problem with organizing things per se, but uh I could let stuff stack up and slip away. So accountability, same thing, just accountability on like did you get such and such done? But yeah. So second way I guess I could get supported is just having more vocal people, motivating me. I have a lot of people in my corner who are there for me. I know that for sure. But like, just I could use a little motivation here and there. Because I know it's quite easy to just forget that it's a two-way street. So just probably just more motivation, uh, being vocal with it. Thirdly, being supported probably
It's difficult, man. Take your time.
being supported honestly, just uh honest about if just being honest with me, if you see me, not all my things like how I'm normally, because people know pretty well, can tell by how I'm acting if I'm really on top of things or not. So just being honest with me and not letting me, so it kind of falls back in line with accountability. So yeah, those things. Three ways I know I can support people, because I've been making it a task of mine to even be more out there. It's just first being vocal to my teammates, like just hey, how you doing, saying what's up, saying hello, even if it's just a handshake or a hand wave, just you never know, that could brighten someone's day up. So being more vocal to them. Another way I can support my people is checking up on them more. uh, I get caught up being so busy and get caught up in my schoolwork and just tracking other things. And so I know I'm not always good with just getting back with folks who call me and is a missed call, but uh, believe me, man, I be trying to get back to just so much that always pop up. So just but me being more considerate and returning their calls. So contacting my folks back. Uh, and thirdly, I know I can support my people, like my community, is just staying true to myself. Like if I keep striving, if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna be able to do more than just support my community. And so just because a little background, a lot of y'all know, first generation. I know a lot of us are here too. So, first generation in my family, mom's an immigrant from Sudan. So, high school education from there. So, I'll be the first to get a degree pretty soon. And then going into grad school, you know, me doing that and getting to my career and knowing what I can do, I know once I'm able to get that degree and accomplish my goal, and get into the career that I'm set up to be who I am, I know that I'll be able to help a lot of people and do a lot for the community, because that's just something that I love to do. I know how it is not having a lot of help and like lack of resources and just being alone. It was kind of like that for me, my mother, my sister for quite a while. So just kind of trying to pay it forward now, since I'm able to do that, through my experiences, I can kind of relate. So those are three things, way I can support people and do ways that I can be supported.
Awesome.
So I was sitting here trying to figure out, 3 ways I can be supported. And like just like everyone else said, I think accountability is a big thing. I think for me more so like maybe at practice, like if someone sees me like, you know, not giving my all, I need someone to be like, hey, come on, like go faster, like you can do this, you want to get better, right? You know, like that type of accountability. I feel like another way people can support me is just, I'm a very emotional person, and I feel like I wear my emotions on my sleeves. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can tell. I be trying to hide it and stuff, but you know, just saying like, hey, like everything's gonna be okay, or like emotional support maybe, things like that. And then I need also support when it comes to like my relationship with God. I feel like I need to surround myself with more people who are on fire for God and are gonna remind me, hey, did you spend time with God today? Make sure you put God first, like stuff like that. Cause I feel like that for me, it's easy for me to get distracted and like put everything but ahead of God. And just like you were saying, Dottie, with the whole school thing, like I always get my schoolwork done, but like I feel like I could be more productive. And I feel like a way we can all help each other with that is maybe have a day we all literally just go to study hall or the library and we do something, get something done, and then we do something fun after, like kind of a reward or something, like something to motivate us to be more productive. And the ways I feel like I support people, me personally, I don't know, maybe a lot of people haven't got the chance to see the side of me yet. But I feel like I can be a very safe space for people because I've experienced so much and I've seen both sides of life, like good and bad. So I feel like I'm like a good emotional support for people. I feel like I'm very non-judgmental, and that people can come to me about anything. And like I want you guys to know that like if you ever need to talk about anything, like I can be that person for you. I feel like I'm a very trustworthy person. I'm not a person that's chatty that would go back and like talk about your business or anything like that. I feel like especially when it comes to my friends, I've always been like the therapist friend. So they've always told me that. So I feel like I'm good with that. I feel like I try to be positive with, I try to be a positive support system for people. And I guess what I can, for my family back home, I think I'm more of like, when it comes to support, I'm trying to find the word, like, I guess motivating. I don't know how to explain motivating and like,
Inspiration.
yeah, like we have a whole group chat where we send stuff all the time, you know, reminding each other to read scriptures and this stuff like that. So like, I guess I could be a type of like you said, inspirational, like a godly support. And yeah, so that was a hard question. It's kind of hard like to find the words for certain things, but that was a
Yeah,
really good question.
3 is a lot. I'm glad that people are able to share. Thank you very much. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
got a
trying to come
couple
up with 3 of my own for the other part, but I would say 3 ways like that I'm supportive with people is I'm very, how can I say it? I like to communicate, but like letting my positivity of like just like my body language and how I think move people. I think that's the first part. It's just I'm supportive by just coming in, being positive, you know what I'm saying? And just like being the type of person that's able to separate each situation from its own. What I mean by that is I might be going through something personally at home, but when I go to a track, I'm vibing because the purpose of this current situation is to vibe, is to uplift each other, is to get the what we need out of this mechanically or whatever the case may be for that practice. The second way I feel like I'm supportive is I'm just I like to communicate with people. I love to talk and reach out to my friends and just talk to them, family. Like me and my dad have had a pretty good relationship most of my life. Sometimes we have ups and downs, but like that's one thing I'm working on is just like trying to reach out to him more. But my care and love relationships and sign is that I like when someone reach out to me as well, because that just lets me know like, oh, we checking up on each other. You know, I like to talk to people. A way I'm supportive is I like to talk to people more than just like when I need something, this, and that. I could call a person every day just because I just pour into that. That's just how I am naturally. The third way I like to support people, is just giving them reassurance and the beauty in themselves. Because so many times we go through situations where it's like we're hearing something out, or that person, I always like putting myself in another person's shoes to let them know, like, this mirror that you're looking in, these feelings that you're having, there's another person in the mirror, and that's me with you looking at it, so that person doesn't feel like they're alone. So I like to support people in that way, just making them see the light in them and the positivity that they have, and what situation they may have, how to find the positivity in that and how to flip it. Three ways I like to get supported. Like I said, one of them, I like when someone like just checks on me, asks me how I'm doing, like consistently all the time and all that type of stuff. That's just how I am naturally. It just lets me know, like, oh, this person really, they mess with me for real. Another way is just like, I like confidence sometimes. So when I have like friends or family that just like tell me something about myself or with a current situation that I may be going through, and it feels good. Like some of my friends in here, they know I've gone through an injury and stuff. So it's like when I have a teammate like Dowdy or Eli or Zari or anyone else in here that's like, oh, you look good when you did this, or this is looking good. Like, it makes me feel good, just because like sometimes, like I said, I'm the type of person, I don't have self-confidence a lot all the time. It can be with anything. Like I have some clothes on, I'm like, I don't feel like I look that clean. And then somebody's like, hey, okay, you look clean today. It's like, oh, for real, really? Do I? You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of person where I'm just like, oh, really? Like, so there's that. The last, I had a hard time trying to think of the last way I like getting supported. But yeah, as long as someone's giving me reassurance about like who I am as a person, I feel like that support and just the consistency of reaching out to you.
Oh man, that was awesome. I really loved your point about not always reaching out just to hold someone accountable, but reaching out just to talk, talk about whatever, talk about the news, talk about your day. It just lets people know your people, and it lets you know when someone calls you just to talk, that the system is there without even really having to do anything. Because it's enjoyable for both people to have the conversation. It's fun to talk to your friends and stuff, but it's cool that it doesn't always have to be about achieving something. People are there for you.
That's how you explain this. Yeah, basically exactly what I meant. Like I
It
love
was awesome.
when I just talk to my friends or family, just to talk, literally.
Yes, I can hop in next if you guys. So I've been driving around, so I may not have three for each, but yeah, as far as how I like to get support, the first one for me is, once again, like I don't like, and I really in my circles don't keep people around that jump on petty things, right? And getting back to what I had said earlier, where like if you know my character, then if I slip up, if I say something, if it comes across in a way that clearly, if you know me, I didn't intend it like that. That type of unconditional support, to where, it's unconditional, right? You don't have to have, and maybe it's even something that you did wrong, but you have that person that's still going to love you either way, because they know that, just because you may have messed up in a certain situation or made the wrong choice here or there, they don't have to lecture on it, because they may be able to just see that what you did. But that place for them and their situation to help you in that scenario is not, to ridicule or to pass judgment. But in that situation, they're able to understand, hey, in this situation, you got to reassure. And I think that's something that a lot of people miss, is a lot of people are, chomping at the bit to help people, but in the process, they don't take that second look to say, okay, they probably already know they messed up. You know what I mean? They've probably already done the work to know that, and you don't get anything out of that further, when a lot of times I feel like reassurance is, the best way. And I think the second way that I really, really like support is when it comes from more of a spiritual level. And, while I'm not a Christian, I do have more of those, hippier beliefs with, the universe and whatever. And I've grown a lot in that journey over the past year and a half, 2 years. And I think, kind of getting back to what I had said, when I get support, being somebody who thinks very big picture, if you come at it from a situation of thinking closed-minded, that's nice, obviously, for reassurance, but typically I think about that and then skip on to bigger picture things right off the bat. So I feel like having those people in your life that are able to take that broad step that when maybe you're, heated or whatever, where they can say, hey, well, look, at the end of the day, maybe it's about a situation where you feel like you need to, pull your ego into it or this, that, and the other. And they can say, hey, there's no reason. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to act out of love. And I promise you that's going to end in a better situation long-term than anything else. So for me, having those people that can kind of catch me, who is typically that, more broad stroke thinker, to catch me on my points, that's something that's really helpful to me. And, that kind of ties into how I help other people as well. Typically for me, when it comes to, what should I do in this situation, that's something that I'll say right off the bat, but then I'm going to get to why you should be making that decision. And it's usually, getting back to, are you living out of love? Are you living out of your ego? When you make these decisions, what's the point? And so for me, having people that can think kind of at my level of more long-term thinking, that's something that really helps me, because typically that's the role I play when I give advice to different people and help people out. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it all.
Hey, let me hop in after him. I just want to let everyone know, you don't need to be a Christian to be in here, and no one's going to judge you for not being a Christian or anything like that. For me, at least, I can't speak for other people, but for me, being a Christian is just about spreading God's love. It's not about how many days you go to church, how often you read the Bible, but are you living like Christ? Are you spreading love to sinners, beggars, Christians, Muslims, anyone? So it doesn't matter if you're a Christian or not. We still love you, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah. And like you said, it's about living out of love either way, regardless of what you think about it all. It's about spreading that positivity and, raising your frequency and just living at that top of your level that you can be. And I think keeping those people around you that force you to, at least be mindful of the decisions you're making and keep you on a page where, you're living out of love and not out of your ego. And I think that's the biggest thing, that, especially at our age, is very easy to live in a state where you're constantly acting and thinking out of your ego. And once you separate yourself from that, it really, your life changes, man. It really does. This past year for me has been a big example of how, when you separate yourself from all of that, it's kind of amazing to watch the world just unfold seamlessly, because it just, my personal belief on it is, you attract what you are. And if you live out of love, life happens just a little bit more naturally. And the more you lean into that, the more you find that all across your life, no matter what you believe.
Yep. No, you're 100% right, man.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more with what you said, Tay and Caleb. That was wonderful. Anyone else want to share their point of more people in here?
Yeah, no, I got some.
Okay.
Y'all basically got all the points, so I don't really gotta repeat most of it. But I think some ways you could support someone is that if they're down or just going through any type of just anything, whatever they're dealing with, you could always help them. And they have like errands to run or something, you could always just help them out with those, like go on the errands with them and then just give them support like that way. And then another way I would say is to validate their feelings, because most people, like, they'll tell you how they're feeling or whatever, but they're like, I don't know how to explain it. Not like a lot, like there's a lot of stuff I could talk to my parents about, whatever, but they're not really gonna know what's going on or like how to go about it, because it's not really like in the culture or like where they're from and stuff. And so they're not able to like help me or like validate or give reassurance of how I'm actually feeling or how somebody else is feeling.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it just makes you feel crazy when you're trying to say something. And people are just like, that's not even an issue. Like actually believing in what you're saying, you know, that's a great point.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyone else want to share their point? I know a lot of us touch kind of the same, 3 points. So if you want to jump in, definitely can. If not, I know my co-host has another question. You got something?
Oh yeah. So y'all know I'm kind of weird, so I try to use my weirdness to
Weird's
like
good.
connect.
Weird is good.
Yeah, to connect with people.
Like everyone else's life. That's boring. So.
Right. Yeah. To make like connect with people and help them like get out of their head sometimes, and then like when you can like be weird back and we have that connection, that's like gonna help me. That's how you can support me. I like talking through things because I could be in my head a lot, and people who like help me through that is how you can support. And then like how Zari said, I'm very emotional. It's very hard sometimes, but if you like could get through that, like that's another way. And then I don't know, when I see how some people support me, and how they do it, I copy them, so I mimic it, because like a lot of ways, like in a lot of ways people do it because that's how they want to like be helped and like need it. So when you give that back to them, that's very helpful. And try to make things relatable. Like if I know something like a beat will help me remember a drill, I'd be like, hey, I think like da 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 to do this drill. If you like think that in your head, that might help. So like yeah, that's kind of it.
I really like that point about treating people with support the way that they support you. That's a really, really good point.
I like that, Aisha. Same thing Caleb said. It's like that saying, you want to treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat people with respect. And
Golden rule.
So I like that. Anyone else want to answer that question? Hop in. We'll get on our last question of the night.
I was going to say 3 ways I support my people and people in my community is I lead by example. A lot of kids they look at like basketball players, rappers, and they want to follow them. So for me to be a great example for my community, I do things that I want our community to grow in something in a positive way that affect people in a positive way, like reading books or helping others, or just looking at life from a different point of view, nothing that's going to harm someone. Another way I lead people, 3 ways that I like to support my people is setting them up for success. So let's say I see someone doing the wrong path or going the wrong path. It's like, hey, I talk to them, because nobody else at home is talking to them, obviously. So why not I talk to them, show support, being a loving person, because they're not receiving love or anything. They're just not receiving any guidance at all. So why not me, be the person to help them, saying. And yeah, that's really it, just helping people, making them see positivity in the world and when it's negative.
I like that leading by example point, man. It's kind of like, we're all human. We're all made of the same stuff. If I can do it, you can too. And to show people that anyone can do it if they put their mind to it is definitely a great form of support.
Yeah.
That's absolutely great, man. I like everyone's perspective. I like what y'all shared in there.
Yeah. Thank everyone for sharing, man. Thank you. I'm gonna move on to the next question. So we spent the whole call just now talking about how we support each other, who our support system is, and what even is the definition of support. So I'm going to throw a curveball at you guys. What are some things you can do when your support system is temporarily unavailable? So people can't always be there to pick up the phone. There's going to be times where you need support, but you can't reach out to someone else. And for me, it kind of goes back to what I was saying about supporting yourself and being part of your own support system, being there for yourself, making your bed, telling yourself out loud, you got this, just taking care of your hygiene, everything like that. And then also, I usually use those times as like, it's the perfect time to just reflect. And you're calling this person, maybe you're calling them like right after. It's like just a reaction. I need to call this person. This just happened to me. But you get on the phone and you just express what you're feeling emotionally in the moment without actually having the time to sit through the emotions, process them, and combine them with what you think of the situation. So it's actually a perfect time when someone doesn't pick up that phone. It's a perfect time to really make your feelings and your ideas more concise and just sit with what happened. Because sometimes we just need to sit and think. Like, that's something I've just started doing. I never really had the opportunity to just sit down and think, but just turn off your phone, go outside, take a walk, anything, just sit with that. So I'd like to hear what else people would do if something happened and they can't get through to anyone that supports them.
Like you just said, how you just like turn your phone off, just separate yourself from the world and you just deal with it. I do the same thing. I like to meditate, or I journal. I like to journal, write down how I feel, and then go back and reflect and read what I wrote and actually think about it. Like, am I actually feeling this way? If I am, how can I solve it? I dissect the problem. And I also like to just go for a walk, because walking helps clear my mind. When I can, when my support system isn't working and my support structure is like destroyed, I just do those three: meditate, or I just read the Bible, look for scriptures that will support how I'm feeling in the moment, connect with God, and He can help me, because that's my number one support system that will never go away. So those are three things I do.
Perfect.
I would say, me personally, if I have nobody to support me or count on me, number one, of course, faith. Like I'll pray every day, or just like that. And then, to be honest, really just do what I would do something that I would like. So like that's either going on social media, watching videos about cars, or really just going on a drive or something late at night, and just with no destination, just driving so you could just clear your head. Yeah.
No one knows you better than you know you. So you got to treat yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice. One way, when I can't lean on my support system when they're like unavailable at the moment, all y'all still, I like to pray steadfast, like heavily. That's like my go-to for sure. I like to write too, journal, especially how I'm feeling. Love to take walks. That's definitely something that's just allowed me just to like not sit and soak in my emotions or frustration, but just to like walk it off. Cause like eventually you're just gonna just forget about it, enjoy nature, enjoy just, you know, thinking about life and just looking up in the blue sky and just seeing the white clouds and all of that. And one thing that I do, especially when I need my support system there and I'm not able to get to them, like Mohab said, do something that I like. And one thing that I really like to do when I'm just, feeling down, I love to just watch old, like, film, not with myself, but just I like to just, rewatch, world championships or Olympic games. It's just something that's always made me happy. I remember when I was 14 and I started track and field, and the how intrigued and just this feeling of just arousal every time I just watch the videos, and then they get ready just to start the race, and the set part, like I feel like I'm there. So that's something that just kind of gets me just recentered on like what I'm doing, and my primary focus. And so yeah, which currently right now is just to be a student athlete and to spread the word of Christ. So yeah, I like what y'all said.
So back to what Caleb was saying when you were saying like, what do you do? Like you're saying like, don't call people first and like before you
Uh,
like sit in it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Not like
I'm not necessarily saying that, but I'm
no
saying
no no
like,
no.
so I
Yeah,
have a support system, but like sometimes they're not going to be able to pick up the phone if they're busy.
yeah.
Sometimes everyone's busy.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I feel like it's important to also like be able to be your own support system. And so
Oh,
like
okay.
for me, yeah, for me, I'm very self-aware. So I feel like I do naturally just over, I guess, criticize or overthink my intuition or what I'm how I'm feeling. So like you said, sitting with yourself and when you're thinking, make sure you do it in a healthy way. So for me, I have to remind myself to do it in a healthy way because I journal, I write, I do all those things, but it's like, what am I writing about? You know what I'm saying? And making sure you have like, be gentle with yourself. I feel like for me, like that's something when I do those things, I don't know if anyone can relate, just be a little bit more gentle with yourself because that's how you can really come down to like the base of the problem or how to make this decision or whatever you're trying to support yourself for in that moment. It doesn't always have to be negative. I'm just talking about that right now because it kind of took me there. But yeah, so just
No,
like
that's
I guess when you're actually sitting there thinking in that moment, like and writing and journaling or whatever, like be gentle with yourself, relax, get relaxed first. So you are able to think rationally. But yeah.
I can 100% relate to that for sure. There's some teachings from Buddhism that basically say you have to love yourself no matter where you are on your journey. So maybe you're reaching out because you made a mistake and in your head, you're just beating yourself up and you're hating on yourself. Like, why am I like this? This isn't me. I hate that I just can't be better. You have to just calm down, like Zari was saying, and just love yourself for who you are in the moment and know that you can get better.
Absolutely. That was all perfect. That I felt like everyone just shared really good points, and I enjoyed hearing everyone's viewpoints on support. And I agree. Support is very essential. At the end of it, I feel like we can all agree support is a big part of life and what we go through and how we progress in life, and just how we move. So yes, thank you again for everyone who shared, and
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. So now I'm gonna get to the good news section of this. Just anyone who has any good news that they feel like sharing upcoming good news. So for me, particularly, so this tomorrow is really something that I'm really excited about. So a little back history. In 7th and 8th grade, Mohab knows and Caleb, we went to West Junior High, I was in magnet school, and I was in theater. So I was a theater student. So I had a little, back in the day, I was a little, low key Denzel Washington in the making, but then track and field took this course. So tomorrow I got helping one of my teammates, Aisha. She's in a call. She has from her class, it's a monologue script of Antoine Fisher, and we're supposed to be reenacting the scene of when Denzel and Antoine are having, Thanksgiving dinner, and they're in the living room. And anyways, it's supposed to be fun. It's 2 minutes, and me and Jalil, another teammate, been practicing our parts, and it's been fun just doing that, and kind of living back that. You know what I'm saying? I used to do that back in the day, so it's just fun, kind of scratching that surface again. And this Saturday, track meet. I'm excited. I'm opening up for real. I'm doing a long jump, triple jump, in a 4x1. I'm really happy about this meet because I'm just loving the process of what it takes to just prepare for a big meet, track and field, but just in general, just loving what I do. Been struggling to just enjoy what I do. It's easy to chase results, especially when you have high expectations for yourself, but it's easy to forget the process and to enjoy the journey that makes you. So I've recentered just recently and be able just to enjoy the process, and it's been loving it, man. Like, gonna chase this feeling. So good news for me.
Awesome, man. Congratulations.
Shit, I got some type of good news.
Go ahead.
Somewhat. It was bad, but it turned good. So I had
Oh,
a project
that's
for
fine.
that I've been working on for about 6 to 7 weeks for my principles of horticulture class, and that shit kind of hard. And so you do it with 2 other partners, but my partners haven't did shit. They don't know what's going on in the class. They don't know. They're just not. Yeah, they're just weird. They like weird in the bad way. But what's it called? Yeah. So what's it called? The project was due yesterday, and they didn't do not one thing. And I've been doing all this info, like and all the measurements and all that shit over the last 7 weeks. And so they were trying to get credit for it. And I said, fuck out of here. And so I kicked the niggas out the group and out the document. Hey, that's a trick. Hey, if y'all want to be the leader of the group, make the document. This
Yes,
all
sir.
in your hands. On God. So I kicked them out and told the teacher I didn't even finish yet. I'm basically done. But she just gave me 100. And them niggas got zeros.
Wow.
Hey,
Hey,
that's called holding them accountable, man. You're part of their support system now.
Bro, I've been kicking niggas out since Richland days. Oh God. If you don't do no work, you're gone. Because this is not high school. You're paying for classes. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Well, I actually have some good news to share. A lot of people don't know, but I have a battle with depression sometimes. And my good news is that like the past few weeks I've actually been happy. And like I know that sounds like dark to say, but like it's my reality. And like I just want to like acknowledge that because I should. It's a good thing. So I've been doing things that I love more. I became a part of the planning committee at the Mental Health Association here in Kansas. And like I'm planning this event where it's like a 7-day event. It's called Embracing Hope. And so basically anyone can do it. Like even if you're in a different state, it doesn't matter. Each day has a theme. So one of the themes is like kindness. And like what you're supposed to do on that day is go spread act of kindness. You know, you don't have to share it. You can share on social media if you would like and tag the page. Like you don't have to, but like you can. We just really want people just to do the act in general. Like, so it's something like that. And then on the 7th day, we're having this children's mental health event where we're bringing like, you know, we're going to have different tables there, like a lot of things there for the kids, food, prizes, all this stuff. And like, just like, you know, teach them about mental health and things like that. And like, I'm very excited for that. It's like super fun planning it. And I also started volunteering at this Catholic school called Holy Savior. And like I'm a mentor there for the kids. And I had my first day this week. And it was so amazing. Like, I don't know, just knowing that I'm going to have a like chance to impact and positively influence these children's lives. And like, I don't know, just be a ray of sunshine for them, hopefully. If not all of them, at least one. Like that just gives me like a feeling of just like, I don't know. So I've just been really happy. I've been, you know, enjoying hanging out with people more, making connections and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the good news for me.
That's so amazing, Zari. Hey, no good news, no matter how small or big, you can share it all. It doesn't matter. That sounds like some stuff we need to start doing with Lazaisland, honestly. Especially just spreading an act of kindness a day.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Anyone else have something they want to share?
My good news is basically the same as Dowdy's. I'm super excited about our scene because I know I picked a movie that's like really big in the Black community, and I'm excited that people who probably have never seen it in my class are gonna see a little piece of it, and it's something positive that, you know, a good message and everything. So excited about that. My track, like I have been struggling when I first came here to produce results, but now I'm in the results phase right now, and I'm so happy, and I'm so happy about you know, just continuing that on Saturday. And then one more thing, Wally is coming to town, and y'all don't know this, that's my husband. He's performing, so I'm pretty happy. I already got my tickets, so yeah.
Can we still get it online?
Yeah, you can get it. You can get it online, or you can go to it, and like it's cheaper. It's like $2 cheaper.
Oh, okay. Well, Congratulations again, Naja, for real. She had 3 PRs last week, so that's major. If you jump, it's even PR and then go back to back to back. It's massive. So again, congratulations, Aja.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm really happy for you, like for your whole, movie clip you're doing, like the PRs you've been producing. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, even though I've only been here a few months, like that's big, and I'm so happy for you. And like seeing you achieve that makes me feel like I'm like achieving that as well. So, yeah, I'm
Thank
happy
you.
for you.
Thank you, guys.
Aja's deep in her dog.
Awesome.
All right.
I'll go next before we close it off, I guess. My good news, it's my week with the babies, man. I got my babies. I was missing them so much, man. It's crazy. This is the first time I've ever been away from them for more than like a day or two. So it was definitely hard, but it's an amazing feeling to get them back and, be able to hug my daughter, kiss on my son and everything like that. So that's good news for me. And then I picked up another job that I'm about to start on Monday, just to get some extra funds flowing in and to do some other things that I want to get done. And yeah, I've been back to training full time, no injuries. So that's all good news for me.
That's beautiful, man. Again, congratulations, man. Glad for
Appreciate
everyone good news, and for those who didn't share, felt like it wasn't good to them. There's always something. There's always a win in your day, so you just have to really pay close attention and tune into yourself. So hopefully next week I'm able to hear more of people's wins, whether it's as tiny as a mustard seed or as massive as a boulder. So again,
Mm.
so
Y'all winning is all of us winning. Just remember that. So y'all's good news is our good news too.
what I want to do is share some motivation. The motivational section of this part is I have something I want to share with y'all. It's a devotion. I was actually having a conversation with Coach Boat this morning, and we were just talking, and he had sent me this devotion, that his wife sent him. Me and both be talking about our faith because he's a Christian. If y'all didn't know, so if you ever feel like you just want to talk to, if you need someone who's just someone older to talk to, to share your faith with. I know Zari mentioned earlier, both someone you can really be completely open with. He's really cool, actually. So this is what I wanted to. He shared this with me, so it's I'll move forward refreshed as I release what I no longer need. A cluttered space may feel restricted, even disoriented. I may feel overwhelmed by the accumulation, unable to easily access what I need. The same is true for my mind when I hold on to old ways of thinking, beliefs I've outgrown, and resentments caused by past hurts. This can cause unrest in my thoughts and leave my heart feeling troubled. When I clear out the physical clutter, I feel lighter, relaxed, and calm. I resolve to do the same with my mind. In prayer, I discern where I choose to place my faith and let outworn beliefs go. I untangle the knots in my heart through forgiveness and release my past hurts. Mindful release sets me free, clears my mind, and blesses my heart with deep abiding peace. And this is the verse that was tagged along to it. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. And yeah, I just think that just goes really well with just talking about the support topic that we were just talking about, and it just ties into that wonderfully. I just want to share that with you, head coach on the track team, share that with me, and I just felt like I need to share with you guys because it hit me deep. So I wanted to share that over with y'all.
Amazing.
So now I wanted to be able to close this off. Again, I want to thank you guys for hopping on to Lazaisland's 15th podcast. Next week we'll be returning Wednesday, 8 p.m. It's a weekly thing. So mark it in your calendars. Look out for the post on IG coming at you hard. And before we leave, I just want to close off with a verse. It's coming from, so right now, I mentioned to some of you guys, I want to mention again, I'm on a two-year plan of reading the 2-year journey to getting the Bible complete in that time. And right now I'm in the book of Judges. and chapter 13 right now. I wanted to read just a verse or two from it, just to kind of get y'all just to share what I'm just kind of tie on to my journey, my faithful journey. So here it is. This is Judges chapter 13, verse 20 to 22. It happened as the flame went up toward heaven from the altar, the angel of the Lord ascended in the flame of the altar. When Manoah and his wife saw this, they fell on their faces to the ground. When the angel of the Lord appeared no more to Manoah and his wife, then Manoah knew that he was the angel of the Lord. And Manoah said to his wife, "We shall surely die because we have seen God." But his wife said to him, "If the Lord had desired to kill us, he would not have accepted a burnt offering and a grain offering from our hands, nor would he have shown us all of these things, nor would he have told us such things at this time." So yeah, we like that little piece from chapter I read today.
Mm.
And so I want you guys to have a wonderful night. I want you guys to join me right now in prayer so I can send you off well into your evening. You bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this wonderful day that you gave us, Lord. Lord, I thank you for bringing all of us here together where we're at. I thank you for just being with us and allowing us to stay connected. Lord, I thank you for this beautiful day that you just blessed us with. Thank you for our loved ones. Thank you for our friends. Pray for the protection and the blood of Jesus to protect everyone in this call, including their loved ones and their family. Lord, I ask that you continue to just show us the way, that we continue to lean on you, that we support each other, that we love each other, that we're positive to one another. Lord, I pray that as we go on to our evenings and close it off, Lord, I pray that everyone has a good night, that we all sleep well in our home. And Lord, again, I just thank you for who you are. And Lord, I just want to confess all our sins to you, Heavenly Father. I ask for your forgiveness, Heavenly Father, for your mercy, Jesus. And Lord, I thank you for another day. And in Jesus' name, Lord, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, man. It's awesome.
Y'all have a good night.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah,
Of course.
appreciate it for the call.
Have a good night.
You too.